What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. Got a short, sweet video for you guys. I'm gonna be making this today. Well, let me tell you how to make this today. This is a battery holder, man. Well, for marine batteries for John boat guys, or you name it, however the application may help you out. Hope this can help you out. Let's grab a battery. Oh. Ugh. All right, so this is just a when I say standard, it's 24 group 24 battery, good old 12-volt battery. And you can make this application fit to whatever size you need. But like I said, I've already built it. I do apologize for skipping through steps, but I thought it would be kind of boring to, for you guys to watch me drill a hole, cuss about how the little rivet doesn't fit right, cut a piece, cuss about how I messed up the top of the piece, whatever. So you get my drift here. But I am going to explain how I end up putting this together. You guys, those of you guys are pretty handy. I believe you got a nice little view of it. You can see how she's put together. But other than that, I have no problem with explaining what I did to get to this point, because it's not, you're going, a couple little details in there that you don't want to miss. First things first, of course, your size of your battery is what I measured. What I did was measure, my distance across, the depth of the battery itself, and then the total height of the battery. All right, how much I want it to support. This is how I actually figured out my dimensions. Now, do not cut your pieces to the exact length, depth, and height. You always want to give yourself a little bit more space, because once you put these things together, let's say you see how you got a little lip coming out here. Once you start adding these pieces together, little lip coming up right here. Just give yourself a little wiggle room, okay? And I'm glad I did that. I put this in here. All right, one-handed sucks. All right, there we go. All right, there she goes. All right, so that's how she'll fit in there. Looks about right to me. So that's that. And this was actually, I actually forgot where this came from. I want to say my wife had a little piece, but it's a little piece of foam, man. Cause I don't know, I hear weird things about sitting batteries on aluminum. I don't know. So, and I think this will help out with the vibration. But all I do is cut this to size to fit in the bottom of this little tray. I should have put this in there first. Whatever. But you got a little piece of styrofoam, or you take your wife's little yoga mat, cut out your square, and you slide that in there. Okay. You explain later. First goal is to get your stuff right. So my goal is once I got a little piece in there. I bought these little battery straps off Amazon, a little pack of 2, pretty cheap. So, and literally, as you can see, it's just literally, one wrap over, and you tighten it down together. But with that being said, this sucker right here, well, I'm sorry, let me finish explaining. So after you got your dimensions, you go a little wider. When I say a little wider, maybe like give yourself, I don't know, 1/4 to 1/2 inch of play. Cause you see that I was pretty snug. I might have had a little something in each little section, but once I put the battery straps on, it should be strapped down, good to go. All I did was have just spare pieces. You can actually probably get this done with like one piece of angled aluminum. Right here, I'm using my scrap angled aluminum from my boat build, and this is 1.5 inch. And the thickness, angled aluminum 1/2 inch. But I do the thickness right here is 1/8 of an inch thick. I'm not saying you need this thick, but it doesn't hurt. It was, like I said, it was actually scrap. What I had left, I had maybe like 4-foot piece, something like that. So I used that here and along the sides as well. But what I did first was I cut my length ones first. Then I measured my depth ones next. Put those in there. And again, as you see, I literally just riveted everything together. Okay, and with size rivets, rivet sounds like a frog, rivet, whatever. This right here, let's see that, there you go. So that's the size rivet I used. Real simple. If we can get a little longer, that probably would have worked a little better. Some of these pieces kind of came in a little short, but otherwise it all worked itself out. But like I said, did my length first, did my depth. Then I figured out my height, what I needed for height-wise, as far as supporting this. Now the question I had was, how can I install this in my boat without the majority of the battery's weight leaning forward, possibly bending these, things like that, or bending this frame. That's another reason I added a little support here from the side. And all the lady that I had, like, again, scrap pieces, little scrap piece sitting down there still. Whatever, but took a little scrap piece, put it up to this, marked it, cut it, and then I literally kind of cut this while I made a mark back here. Yeah, sorry. So I made a mark of how far it comes back to make that little straight cut there. So nice little flush cut piece. Same thing the other side. That was the last part of this install. Length first, then I did my depth ones, then I did my height ones, and then I did my support pieces. But again, still, the weight of that battery, you guys know batteries got a little weight to them, but the weight of that battery leaning forward, I was wondering how I could kind of mitigate that or solve that issue. Besides battery strap, keeping it, in place, and where I'm going to be installing it on my boat, which works out perfectly. I'm gonna get some of these bars out of the way, hopefully. But see this right here, this bar right here. I mean, my battery used to sit right here. It used to bounce around, bump, hit against existing screws, things like that. You don't want that. I used to always have to unstrap my batteries from my cords and take it and put it up in this area. So when I drive, hit bumps, things like that, it's taken care of right there. Instead of, I literally this is bent down from just driving miles upon miles, of course. So my solution, again, make a little battery case. And I might end up spray painting this black just to kind of fit in back here with the coloring. I know it looks terrible, whatever. So I'm gonna be sitting right on top of this. So that gives me a little sturdiness. And again, with my little yoga mat that my wife doesn't know I cut a square out just yet, okay? I'll pay for that later. So now I got my bottom support with the existing brace here, bracket, framing, whatever you want to call it. And the only thing I'm gonna do next is give me some supporting probably two rivets here, two rivets here. I'm gonna pilot hold and rivet those in. And I think that'd be it. Like I said, beyond, I'll put the battery strap through first before I do that final securing right there. I think that's gonna work just fine. I got good bottom support. I'm gonna have support back here to keep this thing from, teetering forward. Because initially I was thinking about having a little height on it, and I was like, man, what's the use of that? And I could just set it right there. It's not blocking anything. It's not hurting anything. Fits my wires perfectly. If you have a little height, then you're really counting on your framework plus rivets that you put in here when you have it at that height. Not saying something wrong with it. However you got to make your project work, make it work. But I wanted a good firm base sitting on this frame here. And like I said, I'm still put two rivets back here just to super secure myself. Again, I didn't want to bore you guys with like my cuts and drilling. Just want to give you guys a quick rundown of how I made this framing, man. I can't complain at all as far as build it. It took me, 30 minutes or so. Just measure, cut. You guys got any other ideas or anything I need to take in consideration? Please let me know. Or if you guys want to share, hit me up on Instagram, man, SMD Fishing. Share me your way of keeping your battery storage in your boat. I know some people have full-on compartments back here, things like that. But I love conversating with you guys. Love getting new ideas, new tactics, things like that. All right, guys. Well, looks like that's all she wrote. She's in there pretty sturdy there. So I don't expect you to move anywhere. One thing left, so like I said, I put the battery strap in first before I secured this back. So I riveted up top. Closer. So I riveted up top, but I chose screws down here because it's a little gap right behind us, and you guys know when you rivet something together, it kind of be touching. So I didn't really want to take the chance of trying to put a rivet through there. So I just stainless steel screwed that. Pilot hole, then stainless steel screwed that through. And that's all short. So I got, rivet up tops and screws at the bottom there. I didn't do anything down to this. We'll see how this works. Like I said, I don't plan on moving anywhere. If you want to be extra secure, then sure, go ahead and put it in there. And I don't know. We'll see how this all works out. I might later on in life. I don't know. I think I'll be fine with my yoga mat piece there. And let's get a battery. But yeah, I think she's gonna work just fine, man. I could probably tighten it up a little more on the battery strap, but other than that, I think she'll be fine. She's not gonna fall out. You know what I mean? And to install that last little part there, that took maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes or less. Like I said, a couple little pilot holes. Then you put your rivet or screw in. Like I said, however your setup is set up. But that's it, man. I like it. I think it's gonna work just fine. Thank you guys for watching. Please share this video with a friend, man. Someone who might be have a little questions about it. Or if you have questions, by all means, leave a comment down below and maybe it'll help you out in your situation. Or if you got any questions about what I did today, what sizes I used. Matter of fact, I can tell you right now. I showed you guys the rivet size a little earlier. And pilot hole, to be exact, the pilot hole size that I use. So the main one I use is this one here, which looks like 3/16. That's for putting the rivets in, okay? And once you get your pilot hole, you gotta do a little wiggling, but otherwise these fit just perfectly. Then the pilot hole I use for the stainless steel screw, right here looks like 5/32. And that's, like I said, that went in pretty fine with these stainless steel screws I got here. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it, man. Like this video if you like this. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. If you guys like fishing tips, reviews, little projects like this, by all means, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that little notification bell. I do appreciate you guys' support. I do giveaways pretty much every month. I actually just did a giveaway on my Instagram channel, S&D Fish, if you guys want to check that out. $50 Bass Pro Shop gift card giveaway. You guys come enjoy the ride, man. Love to have you along. But that's it for me. You guys enjoy your day. I'll see you guys next time out on the water. Take care.